We got a couple of things that came up.
That'd be pretty quick, depending on how long we go here.
Yeah, exactly. And if not, you can call me tonight. I mean, if you are, but today's your, oh no, you don't have any class today.
No, but we're in advisement time, so we have to meet with all our students this weekend.
Oh, okay, because I need your help for the university that want to buy 16 IWB in Poland. I want to talk to you about it. I want to teach your program over there.
All right.
Who will join us? So I see Ran, I see Ben, and I see Les from Poland. Any other PD? I got an email from Jim Anataki from Cornell that unfortunately is teaching. He wanted us to record the conversation so he can listen to it later. How about the guy from Germany? Is he joining us? The PhD from Germany. What about Noel Rivera from Mexico? No? It's too quiet. Anybody there?
So there were 5 people in the meeting when I joined.
I know. I mean, I see the names of the people, but I see only a Ben face. I don't see you. Are you in front of your computer, Ron? No,
I'm on a telephone.
Oh, okay, that's why. No, I'm connected to my new computer here. Your idea for the 600,000 students and all these other things is mind-boggling for me, Ron. We really got to do something.
Kevin Dutry said that already.
We need to approach the top management there, not only Danny, the guy that I know from whatever, but all the other one that you have found out about. Somebody else just connected, didn't it? I see 1803. What is 803? 803-361-9199. That's a familiar number. 9199.
That's my number.
Oh, yeah, it's your number. Stupid me. Yeah. That's your number.
Yes, we have also 16262300998.
Who is that?
Joined us. I don't know.
Do they have a voice?
They should have.
Come on, guys. Time is of an essence here.
Yes. Therefore, thank you very much for joining. Actually, the objective, I think, today is to first hear Dr. Fulbright telling us a little bit about the wonderful book he has written. I am in the process of ordering it for myself also. If hopefully it will arrive sometime soon to Dubai. And also to talk about what would be the best way of, teaching the 8 lessons. That has been a wonderful tool of teaching I3s. Why don't
we call it not 8 lessons? We should call it e-learning, because the whole world is looking for the best e-learning that we can have. And if the guy from Quebec is there, he wants to redo it, to take the 8 lessons and create around it a format that will be sold in a different way. Is he there? I just hung up the phone with him. He's not there. He wants to share his ideas.
No, not yet. He hasn't called yet.
Because he has a company in Canada that will do everything and they will get 1/3 of the profit. In other words, we don't have to pay to take our content and to set it up that it will be suitable for the best e-learning, and they'll advertise it, and then they like to get 30% of the money, of the revenue that we generate. And I think that's a great idea. What do you think, Ron?
Sounds good to me.
I see a message from Ben. Are you online? What does that mean?
No, this is to Jean-Francois to see if he's online and if he's joining, because you said that he wants to join.
Did he?
You said.
No, no, no. He told me that he will be with us. He had a separate meeting. I spoke with him 3 times today.
Yes, very good. Very good. Therefore, should we let Dr. Ran to start, telling us about the book and, in more details than some of the emails that we had previously?
It's not only the book, it's the strategy. Actually, it's 2 books. It's not one, but his full strategy for the book and how does he see that being deployed to software. Why is he calling me? Why don't you send him the email? He's calling me from Quebec.
He shouldn't, because he has. I already sent him the...
Hello? Why don't you come to the meeting? Why are you calling me separately? Everybody is there beside you. Go ahead and call him up. I cannot talk to you now. He cannot get hold of that. Why? How come he?
And it is basically all of the operators that you will find in the IWB software. So it's all of the iTrees operators presented in various categories, such as universal operators, operators that let you increase the desirable characteristics.
Ran, I thought that there are only 95 of them. There are more than 600 operators. What do you mean all the operators?
I'm talking about the print book, not the ebook.
Oh, the one that is not, that will be coming soon, right?
No, the one that's available right now, the print book.
But that has every single operator from the IWB?
Yes, it's got every operator.
Wow.
Wow. And that's approximately 400 operators, right?
Okay.
And so the operators are presented in various groupings.
Okay.
Operators are presented in various groupings. All of the descriptions of every operator is there. And for a lot of the operators, not all of them, but many operators, there are illustrations. Some of those are the ones that you find in the IWB, but other ones are ones that I've added over the years. In addition to multiple chapters about operators, there's a couple of chapters about how to view systems, how to think about systems as collections of undesirable, desirable characteristics, useful functions, harmful functions, the principle of ideality, what that means, what innovations do to ideality, what contradictions do to ideality. So it's a little bit of the iTrees theory in the front of the book. And then there's a chapter on how to think about problem solving using the operators. So that chapter contains several mental exercises you can do while you're looking at an operator and while you're thinking about it, how to generalize it, how to specialize it, how to stretch it to make it fit the problem that you're currently working on. So I think this book is perfectly suited for people who are already seasoned innovators or people who do not want to sit still long enough to learn the entire iTrees methodology, all the systems analysis and problem formulation and dealing with the IWB software. We run into those people all the time. They want to get a quick result. They want us to give them something that they can solve a problem with that afternoon. And I think they could do that with this book. Now, I will always be of the opinion that you can get a much better solution if you go through the whole methodology. So I'm hoping that people of that kind who want to get a quick return, they can see the knowledge, they can see the operators, they can see how they can solve problems with them, and that will make them want to go and learn the methodology, get the software, and for more involved projects. So it's a good introduction. It's one half of my eventual textbook. The other half of my textbook will include all of the systems analysis and problem formulation. But I'm still working on that. And when I'm finished with that, the entire volume will be 400 to 500 pages, and it will be the textbook that goes for my course that I teach every semester. That'll be what I teach in the classroom right now. But that's going to take several more months to finish the other half. But I do think there's use for this book. I tell people it's a handy reference guide to the operators. You can come, if you got a problem in mind, you can sit down with this book and within 5 minutes find a dozen different operators that you could use.
What would be the added value of the ebook?
Now the ebook, as everyone on this call knows, the illustrations, when you're looking at an operator in the IWB, there's an illustration that shows you what that operator, how the operator is employed in real life. What I've done in the ebook, there are 95 illustrations from the information technology domain. So these are things that have to do with electronics and computers and information technology that describe one of the operators in real life. 95 illustrations, and it covers about 47, 48 operators. Not every operator, but a lot of operators. So this is, the ebook is domain-specific illustrations from the information technology domain. One thing that we've heard over the years is, hey, these operators are nice, but I'm trying to solve a problem. You know, I'm a software engineer, and I'm trying to solve a problem in software engineering, or I'm a computer engineer, I'm trying to solve this computer problem. How do these operators apply to my domain? Well, this is a start on showing some illustrations in that particular domain. It'll also help people who are solving problems not in the IT domain to see another application of that operator in a different domain than what's represented in the IWB. So this was something that me and a student started about a decade ago, 11 years ago. And it's about, like I said, 95, 96, 97 illustrations covering about 47 operators. So it's a good start, but I would like to see for all the 400 operators out there, I would like to see illustrations from a dozen different domains for every operator, eventually.
Yes. Right. And that is what you think is the deficiency at this moment with the tools that are available, that are mainly concentrated on the mechanical or the chemical area, correct?
Yeah, most of the illustrations in the IWB are from they're either physical, like physics, chemical, or industrial, and they tend to be older school industrial processes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, so I think the illustrations need to be updated and multi-domain. I think that will bring a lot of value to people using the knowledge base in the long run.
Can I ask you something? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Ron. I have a question regarding these operators. Is it possible to send to us some sample for, I don't know, 2 or 3 operators, how it looks like in your book to everybody? Some small sample, few pages in PDF, for example. Is it possible?
Oh, sure, that's possible. Yes, of course.
So please, if it's possible, it's Leszek speaking from Poland. Thank you.
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
This is Ben. I think it would
be I like, can I say something? You know, I'm thinking about the big picture from the top down. How can we market the trees? How can we market the computerized trees? All of that kind of a thing. The way I see it, that first time have introduced us to 3 stages. Stage number 1 is what is the trees and how does it work? What is the difference between classical and that is the 200 pages that he's talking about. So I look at that as to anybody that doesn't know anything about a freaking tree, this is a viable book because it explains it in a very nice language and it's a user-friendly language and people understand it. That's why Moti want to buy a bunch of them and give it to all the Zinovi, The second book cannot be sold by itself. It doesn't make sense. Because if you're going to show them an example to how you got it, the first question that I ask, if I'm a freaking engineer trying to solve a problem, how did you get to that? It has to be sold together with the software. either with together with the formulator, so they can know how to formulate it, so now they can get idea out of the operator, or some kind of connection, because the last one that he's talking about, and that will take few more months, that has to be sold completely together with the IWB. That's a total system. It doesn't make sense to send the book that is coming up in few more months without the software connected to it. It's completely misleading, whoever that is that's going to learn it. Since we are the leader for the computerized trees, we need to sell it together with the software. The only question that you got, Ran, from that woman that want to buy 16 IWB, can you please explain to me the IWB? Well, your book explained the IWB inside out, but it does it not by saying this is the IWB, it does it by explaining first what is the trees in the first chapter, the differences, etc., and then the operator, of course, which is without the operator, you cannot solve the problem anyway. Who cares about the trees? Without the operator...
Zion, can I say something? I guess you are talking about the mail which you sent to me today, right? About this woman, yes?
No, I'm not talking
Anna?
about that. I'm talking about the principal strategy, how to deploy the tree book. There are many books. Les in Poland has a collection of a bunch of books, all written about trees. Every one of them.
Yes, of course. Of course, we have a lot of books. Of course, I have also some books. But regarding these classic trees, what you was asking about.
Right. Every time he's talking about different. All what we need is we need to focus into ideation. And what ideation has.
I agree with you 100%. You know, classic trees is already past.
Of course.
We should go forward. And regarding this email, you know, it is showing some specific point of view, but it is not only one and not on the main point. Yeah. So I think we not have to look at this. So if it's not classic, then it's bad. No, this is, we should go forward.
Exactly,
yes,
exactly. Right. That's exactly my point, because all the people that learned that matrix level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this book, they're not going to buy it. It will be a joke for them to buy it after they spend 25,000 to get to level 3. Nobody's going to buy that book with the classical tree. They'll buy the book only if it has the software together with it, because without the software, they cannot solve shit. That's my opinion. By talking to hundreds of people over time. So we are in agreement, Les, you and I. We need to move forward. We need to market the books to people that don't know anything about trees. This is a perfect book to deploy the 200 pages. That is a good opening thing. That and the book of Dr. Stan Kaplan, the 44 pages, that is an ebook. Those two are the best, in my opinion, out of all the books. They are simple, straightforward, to the point, and you can understand it. I can understand the language, and anybody that read it, I think, will agree with me. It's a wonderful written book, Ron. Everybody's dead? What happened to you guys?
Yes, no. I'm here.
No, we are listening to you.
So I'm interested to market our stuff. I'm interested to having more people that are excited about the trees like us. And that book is an open door. And a good open door, to my opinion, to people that don't know nothing about trees. Ran has to give to the illustration, to the ebook, an introductory that will tie that to the software, and that should be sold with the formulator. That we decided, because of the South Beach bullshit, we decided to sell it for €100. Right? The second one. Together with the, I'm talking about together with the formulator. Instead of selling the formulator for $300.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And then when we sell the thing together, then we share the profit and everybody will be happy. So I think that the second book, the ebook, it's much easier in a sales cycle for me to sell the second one for people that know the tree, that want to try it and apply it to a situation. That can give them example of case study, that can give them the formulator. And I must add that I want to add to the formulator the 2 lessons out of the 8 lessons that Ran has prepared for the e-learning. So now they got 2 lessons that will tell them an instructional thing how to use the formulator. And I think that's self-explanatory now. We don't need to add to that another day or 2 days of education how to do the damn thing. And Mateo will agree with me with that because that's the way he teaches it. I'm surprised that he's not on. All the people that Mateo have trained, in addition to Ben, the 2 from India, the one that he's training Wadim in Italy and all of it, he's training them by them doing it, by applying it. He's just guiding them and coaching them. And they're all working on the project. I think that's the best possible training. They got to get results on their own before they'll fall in love with it. Otherwise, they'll never become attached to that. So Ran is giving us an opportunity. I think we should take advantage of it. Now, is the guy, John, are you there, John? John from Quebec, are you there? If you're not there, forget it. But if you're there, can you tell everybody?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, because I was mute.
No, don't be mute. Mute are deaf. Why don't you tell everybody your idea how to create the e-learning with that multimedia company there? Share it with Ran in particular and us. Go ahead.
I'm working with a company here in Canada. I don't know if it's a good one, but I think it's web media. They are creators, and they can help us build and revamping the course, the e-learning course, and we can share. We can be a partner with them, so they can build a course, put it in the e-learning platform for us, and we can share the profit of all this model. We can,
But tell them about, we know, all of us know about the e-learning, but what you told me that they have a method how to implement it in a way that will be delivered in multiple ways. Why don't you explain to them the variety of how we will deliver those 8 lessons as an e-learning?
But it's the same thing as any kind of e-learning course. There's no difference. The thing is, it's more creative. It's more media inside, and it's more, they can put a green screen over us and put the presentation up in the background, and make it more interactive. So this is the kind of things we can do with the course to create a teaser for us, to maybe create a project for ideation after, use it as a teaser, and maybe sell the books, sell the, this training could be sell online, so it's much easier to go in France for me. If I translate it in French, it could be done in English at the same time, so we can do both English and French. This is what I'm planning to do, and so we have to work with a partner here, and I call it a network customer, like university or e-learning platform or e-learning or training company. They have a lot of here in Canada, but probably elsewhere. So we can work with those people and create a joint venture. But for sure we have to share the benefit of all this. So they have to take something, or we can pay for the course. We can pay for the media, and expect to have some customer and have the payback ourselves without just use them as a supplier and work with them too. It's
we don't have any money. And,
I don't know. Yeah.
And John has an investor in Canada that want to invest money to be part of it. So I like the idea.
Yeah.
So don't change it. That if we can pay the money, they will do it. There is no money. By the time that they raise the money, this opportunity will be gone. So let's act immediately on it right now.
Yeah.
it with the people. You certainly got to go ahead for my part to go ahead and develop it with them. We need to sign an agreement. And then the investor that you want to introduce to me, we're very interested in him as
Kind
well.
of an investment at the same time. Yes. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So yeah, I have to manage something. I have to have a meeting with you, Zion, and him and the guy, and to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ron and Ben will be involved in providing.
Yeah, for sure, to the material. Yeah, the e-learning. I would like to work with Ron so Fulbright too, and yeah, maybe for the university could be a different material, different course, different type of course, but. Yeah.
I also suggest that Ron and Ben will help you with the university that you graduated from, that you're going to make a contact with.
Oh yes, yeah, really. I'm really interested to work with both of you. Yeah.
Well, what's the name of the university? Tell Ben.
Ben, University of Sherbrooke could be a good one for me. And Concordia, it's good too, and McGill. But I would like to start with Sherbrooke University.
Are you familiar with them, Ben? What happened to Ben? Is he gone?
Ben is on mute.
No.
Unmute.
How do you know that he's on mute if he doesn't talk?
Because I see microphones.
I am connected on two, on Kevin's and on myself. For myself is mute, Kevin is.
Okay.
Yes, I know Sherbrooke, and I also know Concordia and McGill. McGill is quite, world reputed and very famous, but the other two are very excellent universities, especially Concordia with aerospace is very high.
Yeah, for sure. McGill is much known.
Yes, but McGill is much more known. Dr. Noah Lone has joined us.
Yes, hi.
Already.
Maybe
Hello.
focus on Sherbrooke and McGill, with a French university and an English university.
Yes, I think it's
most innovative university here for Quebec, I mean. So, yeah.
Yeah, those are all good things, guys. I mean, I welcome that. Thank you for all the effort that you're making, but everything that we're talking about has to be executed in timely fashion. So, I think that, are we recording this conversation here?
Yes, I am recording it.
Okay, because I know, so if I will say for Jim and Ataki that in addition to run activities and initiative, Jim and Ataki created a way of teaching the IWB, and he will send it to all of you, but I think it's very important to see how he is presenting it to the class before they know what it is. And I think that something like that could be as a video. In turn, I just saw the most unbelievable video from that Pascal, the chef from Qatar. They have a video for entrepreneur, how to excite entrepreneur, how to have entrepreneur come and invent on demand. Unbelievable. That's exactly what we need. Can we take the video and use it for our own purpose? Everything that they're talking about is exactly our language and the way that I market the thing. But I'm suggesting, because I'm going to be in touch with him, with Ben, the guy from Qatar we're talking about. He's a billionaire that started the biggest company in Qatar. That's the one that John sent. We saw what they do. They have their own university. And I'm sure that they want it in English, not in Arabic. So that's a great opportunity, I think, to expand.
Yeah,
I think if there are more people in here, they will have some more opinion, but why don't we document what we're talking about? And I think this dialogue has to be continuously going on, because there's always room to improve to make things better in everything that we are developing. And Ran is giving us a tremendous opportunity now to explode with the IWB. I believe that the IWB is not suitable for mass market yet. It needs to be a much lighter language and not as a tough technical one. I've heard that complaint from some other people. It sounds too complicated. I'm not sure that I'm in agreement with it, but whatever it is, the more user-friendly it is, the more viable it is, and that's exactly what the e-learning has to be like. People cannot take too much time, and what he told me in the conversation 2 days ago, we need to make it fun. When they go through it, it needs to help them, but they need to have a good time with it. They cannot fight with it. So they will turn it off.
Can I ask a question about the books? The e-books, is it available also on Amazon.ca? Amazon.com.ca? Can you
available? It's not available on Amazon yet. Right now, it's only available on Lulu.
Lulu only. Okay. Okay, because yeah, sometimes the transportation fees is less in Amazon, so maybe yeah. But Lulu seems yeah, another platform. I never know that. Yeah.
Yeah, Lulu's a lot cheaper than Amazon is going to be.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just bought the book now on Lulu. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So Ron will buy you a coffee from the $5 that he got commission on the book.
$5.
Anyway, anything else, guys? Ron, do we still have time to talk about the 600,000 children and not to make the book available to them? Can we talk about it today, or do you want to talk about it another time?
Yeah, we can talk about it right now.
Well, then let's go. Let's talk about it. I mean, if people want to listen to that, fine. But for me, that's convenient just to continue the way it is. Tell me about your idea how to sell it to the organization that have those competition among 600,000 children. How can that book will be good for the children? Is it exactly the way it is? Or do we want to streamline it and make it shorter?
I think it should be usable exactly the way it is. Several months ago, we learned of a national innovation contest put together by the STEMI Corporation, STEMI organization, STEMIE.org. This is a national innovation contest and education program that they are promoting in the throughout the educational system, K3 through K12. And so every year they have across the country, I think year before last, they had about 500,000 students participate in their program. And that increased last year to something like 600,000. And so this is kind of like the science fair projects used to be when I was in school. Now it's an innovation fair project. And the education that they're packaging and giving to all these students is basically the old run-of-the-mill design thinking stuff. You know, identify a problem, come up with a solution, and make it better. But they don't tell you how to do that. They don't try to educate the students on how to make it better. That's where the students need these operators. They need iTree. But it's unrealistic to think that high school students, junior high school students, and high school students are going to sit and learn the entire methodology. They're not going to have the time. They're not going to want to invest the effort. It would take them all year long just to learn the methodology well enough to do it like a professional, like we are. So I think this book, this has all of the operators, all the knowledge base. This book put in the hands of those high school students in this innovation contest will be able to come up with much better innovations than they are able to right now. If you look at what they're coming up with now in this contest, they're very shallow, very obvious kinds of solutions, things that anybody could think of. With these operators in their hands.
Ron, how can we sell it to 500,000 when Lulu has the exclusivity? How can we sell it for 30 euro per book? The kids will never buy the fucking thing for 30 euro. What are you talking about? How can we execute it?
Lulu, you can buy it from Lulu, but then you can resell it. I mean, Lulu doesn't mean that you can't resell it.
I'm not talking about professionals. I'm not talking about that. I got it. I'm talking about to sell to 500,000 kids. You need to sell your book for $5 or $2 that each one will have the book. Otherwise, you will never get them to buy anything.
Well, then we might as well hang up right now because you can't print the book for less than $5.
No, no, no.
You can't sell it. You can't make it for less than that.
Well, that's the point. I mean, I would think it to private label to them so they can do it and then pay you full amount as you want to have. Because 500,000 copies of your book is a lot of freaking big number, and they won't be able to buy it.
Yeah, we can negotiate a special rate for Lulu, but they're not going to negotiate a rate smaller than it takes for them to print it. And that $5 is too small.
No, but
I mean, the minimal cost to print that book is about $12.
Is that to have each child of the 500,000, his parents or her parents will have to pay $12? How much would how much you will have to pay to get the book? I'm telling you, based on the price, I'll tell you that I'm not going to waste my time anymore or not.
Well, if they pay only $12 for it, that means I don't make any money and you don't make any money, but they get
No, Ted, I did not ask you that. I asked you what is the shorter, the least amount. Why do you think people go to China? So they don't need to fuck up with things that they don't sell for good, period. So I'm asking you again, to sell, for me to call Danny, I need to give him an offer because he will have to pay out of the money that they're raising to pay for that book so he can provide it to the kid. The kids are not going to buy each book on their own. The organization will buy for them. So what kind of a price do you think we can give him that is reasonable so we can both make money and that he will end up making money too because he wants to do that for money as well?
Right. So my idea was for Face Innovation to bundle the book with whatever you want to bundle it with. Maybe it's the problem formulator. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's a free version of the software. I don't know. You make that decision. And offer that package to is his name Denny in the organization?
Right.
For some price that they could offer to the students at a slightly higher price. That way, that when the students register for their contest, I'm sure they get some kind of package from that organization now. Included in that package would be the book and whatever else from Face Innovation. And you're right, they would need to cover the cost of your package from whatever they get from the students, but I have no idea how much that is.
That's the problem, Ron, my friend. You know, I mean, I love you dearly, but I can tell you that I can pick up the phone right now as we're talking. I can say I'm in the middle of a very important meeting, and we're making a big decision on what price to sell you the book that is quite important to help you with all the kids. I got to give him a number. Otherwise, it's not going to happen because I know how he works. I met with him. I had freaking dinner for 3 hours with the guy. I know how he thinks. Everything is about money. How much money? How much money, Zion? I like it. I like it. I mean, so far, and they did not buy into it because they're having every year they raise between $40 to $100 million to support that operation. And all that money,
you don't have to lecture me on that. I understand that. But I don't know the number that he's getting from the students. So I can't answer your question on how much to charge him for this. I can give you the smallest number.
Right, we can maybe do it in reverse, son. Maybe you and I can think, we don't need to take the time of the other people, that you and I will prepare an email to him, a formal email that will come from you and I, under ideation or under Face Innovation, I can care less. And then we'll tell him we have a great opportunity to support your operation, and we'll give him one book as a gift, and I'll buy the freaking book, no problem. I'll send it to him, or I'll have him deliver it. But before I'll send you the book as a gift, I want to know what is the parameters and what can we offer to your organization in both in terms of software for kids and maybe the brainstorm, I don't know, whatever, together with the book that will help them to compete better for this upcoming competition for this year, for the 2019.
Yeah, but he's, unless he can guarantee sales of hundreds of thousands, you got to be talking $20 or so per package at least to the organization.
Well, that will be the biggest sticker if we can get the deal or not. And I understand. Okay. Okay. I understand what we need to do, and I think that I can execute it like this week. You know, while working with Ben, I'll prepare the draft, and then I can send it to you, and then we'll send it together upon your approval.
Yeah, and the smallest number is like $10 or $12, but in that case, we're literally making pennies on every copy, and that's not. I'm not going to give it away.
Penny is not important. $1. If we make $1 and you multiply it by 500,000, I'm very fucking interested. You know.
I'm interested, but you left a lot of fruit hanging on that tree. If you only
I know. Come on, Ron. I'm a salesman. Don't forget it. I'm trying to sell here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so do your job and go sell it to him. Don't ask me what I need. Go ask Denny what he'll pay for it.
Well, that's you're making the sales cycle a little bit too difficult. Fine. No, I know how to deal with it, Ron, and how to bundle that and all of that. That's fine. I know how to do that. Now. There are other organizations like his that we should pursue them independently, and I like to approach all of them. All we need is one big one for 100,000 plus whatever people, and whatever that we sell it, we're going to make some money for sure. And I think that
the answer is yes, but if you ask me what those organizations are, I cannot tell you. I don't know what they are.
Right. We need to, together with, in Canada as an example, they got a lot of things right now coming to education. So maybe with John, we can find out. There's got to be a network in Canada that will be very interested in that as well, under the educational part of it. So anyway, we'll find out. Anything else?
I think Dr. Noel has a question to ask.
Go ahead. How long do we have to wait for?
I'm wondering why are you selling that as a paper book? Why not as an electronic?
Oh, Noel is here. I love it. Hey, how are you, Noel?
Thank you. Fine, Sayan.
Yeah, we need to talk about Miami in October. That's coming very soon. Yeah, we need to talk about what the new company in Miami. But Noel, would you be interested to translate that book to Spanish? Because I'm getting that book translated to a couple other languages. I'm talking about Ran book.
Perhaps that could be an option. But my first question is, why not making it an electronic book? Why don't make it on the Kindle book or so? It's reduce the costs a lot.
And did you hear the question?
Yeah, that's a possibility. It's a very large book. I'm not sure if it would translate well to electronic book, and it's also a lot of effort to do so. So somebody's got to make it worth our while to do that.
Dr. Fulbright, you have an electronic version, a smaller version, getting ready. Am I correct?
There's an electronic book already ready, but it's not the operator's book. It's the list of illustrations from the IT domain.
Yes,
so
but most of the students nowadays are more IT orientated than, say, mechanical or industrial. Therefore, it might even work for them, you know, even if it is a subset of operators with illustrations to the students, because they are young minds. It might be a better sale to them.
Yeah, it might be. Sure. There's 47 operators represented in that book, and that's already on sale for Lulu at $15.99 for the ebook.
That's why if we can guarantee, for example, I mean, just picking the cue from what Zion was saying, I mean, with that one, it might be also that, you know, in thousands, you can sell them in you know, that with the $12 or something sticker in thousands.
Yeah, I think Zion's point about the ebook is correct. I think it's a mistake just to hand that to somebody who doesn't know what it refers to. Somebody who doesn't know iTrees. To somebody who's working in iTrees, who knows iTrees, who's teaching iTrees, who's learning iTrees, I think it's a valuable resource, that ebook. But I think we make a mistake if we just hand that to a bunch of high schoolers and expect them to fall in love with trees. That's not going to work with that book.
I agree with that. And what I want to add, Ben, on Saturday when we work, we're going to send a bullet with the ebook and the formulator. The first one We're going to offer a price. We're going to show them that they can actually see that. They can see it for a week. And after we take it away. If they like it, they buy it. For $100, they buy the formulator together with the ebook.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to try the market for that. I want to send it to 10,000 people, see how many I'll sell. If I sell no less, then we'll drop that issue. We won't talk about it again. If I sell 100 and more, then we got a good potential here on the first cut.
Ron, also, do you want to translate this book in French? Because I can do it.
I told you, yes. We got the okay. I already negotiated with Ron. We can translate that to all the languages upon a specific agreement that we will prepare with him, such as what will be the cost of it that you bear, and how do we split the profit after that. So, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
right?
I am interested to do it, and yeah.
I think it's very important. Yes.
So it would be great for the course, and a good material like this for the course. It's a good value added to the course. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that book almost should be sold like a user manual kind of a thing, together with the software.
Maybe, yeah. I don't see it, but yes. But hard copy, it's true that Benny said, my son, he did all his college or secondary school with an iPad, all the books are on the iPad, so everything is an ebook right now when they get school, and they read on the they read every book in email, they note, they are really agile with this. With this way of studying,
Ran, why don't you offer all your students that just start to learn the formulation? What, you got about 30, 35 of them? Why don't you tell them that they'll become a Face Innovation member, they'll get your book, and they'll get the formulator all together instead of the $180 for $100 as a bargain.
100.
I can't do that in the classroom. That's a violation.
Oh shit, it's a conflict of interest, right? Oh, that's bullshit. Let me talk to them on the Skype. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, but when I get it approved as my textbook, I will be able to sell it to my students, and that's one answer. That's one answer to why it's not. I didn't do it as an ebook first. It's ultimately going to be the textbook that goes along with my course. That's why I'm writing.
Yeah,
and so
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Everybody that take your course must buy your book, for Christ's sake. Everybody.
Maybe this time next year.
No, let's start this year. I need to buy food this year too.
Yeah, it's got to actually be approved by the university as a textbook first before I can make that a requirement.
Yeah, it's good to have a copy, also hard copy. Yeah.
All the bureaucracy of the university, I hate that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to send, while we've been talking, I've been working, I've cut a chapter out of the book, and I'm about to send that as the example that you requested. I'm about to send that in the email just here in a few minutes. I'm including chapter 4, which covers universal operators, and also chapter 10, which is a case study that I actually did myself. And
would it be illegal if we can make a deal that we will take the ebook that you have for Lulu now, and we will bundle into it the chapter 1 of the 200 pages book, The Introduction to Trees, and piggyback to that a little bit of the software, and then Face Innovation, start kick ass now and sell that kind of a thing? Would that be in violation? Would that be in violation with the agreement you have with Lulu?
No, that's not a violation at all.
I love it. Let's think about it.
Yeah, Lulu does not care if you resell what you buy from them, as long as they get their cut. And that's true for any publisher. You can go to any publisher, and you can go to any bookstore and buy a book, and then turn around and sell that book to somebody else, as long as the original publisher got their money for it. So Lulu is no different than any other publisher in that respect.
Look, I convinced Dr. Jim Harrington to take the ebook, How to Measure Innovation. And I'm thinking to take your book, How to Deal with Innovation, How to Make Innovation, with him, How to Measure it, sell the two together with software so they can have it from A to Z. how to invent and how to commercial. And next thing you know, we show them how to file the patent and how to be a successful entrepreneur. This is all part of the whole cycle, for Christ's sake. That's how I see it. You're dealing with students that just came out of the egg. You know, they know nothing about life.
Right.
We need to feed them with the total system from A to Z. Otherwise, they get lost. They're already lost with everything.
So I think this book, I think the 200-page book is a good introduction to iTrees for any high school student. And I think that gives you an installed base of several 100,000 interested people that you could continue to market to as they move into college and move into professional life over the next 10 years.
Why don't you find through your administrators all the 500 students or 1,000 that you already graduated from your class, and why don't we approach them and sell them the book together with the software now?
Yeah, we can do that, sure.
They're working somewhere, I hope.
Finding their contact information will be the hardest part. We can find someone.
I can't believe that the university is so screwed up that they don't keep out the list of the alumni. That's,
only if they only if they donate money do we keep a list of them. I don't know of any university that keeps a list of everybody, unless they send them money.
Noel, are you in touch with all the thousands of people that you trained the trees with in Mexico at IT?
Dr. Noel left.
Yes, somehow I am in touch with them.
Does the university keep track with them? Do they have you in contact with them?
Yes, yes.
Well, then the Mexican are smarter than the American.
So let's sell them the book. They got the list. Put together a package for the Mexicans.
Actually, I have an ebook from Madeira Obot. He has donated it for my students, and now this they are using. I don't know if you know Madeira Obot, but he was a professor at Penn State, and then he made that gift. Yes, and my students have access to that book, and that's what we are using now.
We got to connect the dots, my guys. I mean, we really got to connect the dots of everything, of the past, present, and future. And we got to, it's the same community that we're trying to build our force with, you know? All those people that got here from Noel and from Ran and from Jim and Ataki, they're working in some companies. Some of them, I'm sure, are superstars, you know, and we need to know who the hell they are. So, but anyway, that's all my 2 cents of this. Thank you very much for all your time and everything, and let's move along because the trees is taking off. I can tell you that. The trees in the world is taking off in a very, very awkward, strange way. Let me explain. There is 2 companies in Japan, the 2 biggest one, Toyota, that own 25% of Denso. Denso is getting 3 DE project starting next month. Ran knows about it, but in addition, they're going to train 200 engineers this year, and next year they're planning to train a lot more. So they made the decision to train everybody in their company. Denso is a $40 billion company, and the biggest competitors is a company in Paris, next to Paris, Valeo, that we have done a bunch of work for. So I'm very happy about that. The second one is that not only that they're interested in the DE, they want to standardize on the IWB. So the IWB is getting a big push right now. And the second company is a company that is a joint venture between GE and the biggest advertising company in Japan, started in 1995. Today they are 900 million. They develop software for manufacturing engineers. They're selling it for $2,000 a month as a license. They want to add now the DE and the IWB to that. They already purchased 5 of them. I hope to get another order for a lot more, and now we're starting to work with them back and forth how to institutionalize in a way that they can market it to all of their customers. They got 17 locations around the world that are doing very well as a company. So that's the one. And then from China, for you should know, and actually Noel may be a good candidate for that too. Ran, you won't be able to go on September 5, 6, 7, and 8 to the biggest university in China in Beijing. They have already 850 people sign up for the TREES conference. We are the keynote speakers. They're flying all of us. Boris, Allah, and I, and they have room for 2 more. So maybe I can talk to you separately about it, Noel. They want to talk to somebody that have a lot of experience with trees, that taught it a lot, that did projects and that. So you've been with it for 100 years since we taught you in Monterey. So you're good for that. And Ron, you too also are interested for them. So that the decision, the brochure will be ready in the next 30 days. They got the program pretty much completed now, but they're going to add pieces here and there. So that's that. And the last thing is the biggest company there for car, battery in particular, they decided to do a big project on a lithium battery for the electric car. They want us to reduce the size and the weight. A big project, and I cannot wait to get the final decision to how much they're going to pay us and that, but it's going to happen in the next 45 days in Silicon Valley with 7 PhD that they have. 3 of them graduate from USC and 2 from UCLA. They're living in America. They're working for them at Silicon Valley. There's some exciting opportunities all over the damn place. Okay. Good talking to all of you. Have a good day, good week, good life. You all deserve it.
Very much.
Thank you.
For joining us. This is Ben.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.